STIV1023 Group A. Multimedia Elements. 3.4 Understanding Sound. Hi everyone. We are Group 1. We are glad to be here with everyone today. Now let's get started. Do you guys always confused about sound? It's okay, our goal today is to help you guys understand what is sound. Sound is one of the most important elements of multimedia. It is from whisper to a scream. Sound comprises the spoken word, voices, music and even noise. It's involving a vibrating object, sound source, a transmission medium, usually air, a receiver, ear, and a perceptor, brain. The power of sound is the rate at which sound energy is emitted, reflected, transmitted or received, per unit time.
Sound is measured decibel. Is actually the ratio between a logarithmic scale, used when there is a large range of quantities, and the level that is actually experienced. Each mark on the decibel scale is the previous mark multiplied by a value. For example, on the decibel scale the quietest audible sound is 0 decibels. A sound 10 times more powerful is 10 decibels. A sound 100 times more powerful is 20 decibels. A sound 1000 times more powerful is 30 decibels, 40 decibels and so on.
Digital audio to record, process, and edit sound. Digital audio data is the actual representation of a sound, stored in the form of thousands of individual samples that represent the amplitude, or loudness, of a sound at a discrete point in time. How often the samples are taken is the sampling rate. The three sampling frequencies most often used in multimedia are CD quality 44.1 kHz, 22.05 kHz and 11.025 kHz. You can digitize sounds from any source, live or pre-recorded. The amount of information stored about each sample is the sample size and is determined by the number of bits used to describe the amplitude of the sound wave when the sample is taken. Use MIDI and understand its attributes, especially relative to digitized audio. MIDI data is not digitized sound, it is a shorthand representation of music stored in numeric form. MIDI files tend to be significantly smaller than equivalent digitized waveform files. MIDI data is device dependent, its playback depends on the capabilities of the end user system. Because they are small, MIDI files embedded in web pages load and play more quickly than their digital equivalents. Working with MIDI requires familiarity with musical scores, keyboards, and notation as well as audio production.
What is the important steps in recording and editing digital audio? When recording audio, it is important to keep the recording level near the maximum without going over. All size of a digital recording is sampling rate. Duration of recording in seconds. Number of tracks, 1 for mono, 2 for stereo. Steps in digital sound editing including removing blank space from the start and end of a recording. And also, normalizing the sound to bring all clips to approximately the same level. Many audio editors provide tools such as resampling, fade in and damp out, equalization, time stretching, reversing sounds, various digital signal processing effect, comparison of MIDI and digitized audio. MIDI is analogous to structured or vector graphics while digitized audio is analogous to bitmapped images. MIDI is device dependent while digitized audio is device independent. MIDI is used when you have control over the playback hardware while digitized audio is used for spoken dialogue. MIDI files are much smaller than digitized audio, so they may be used for delivery of music under the right circumstances.
Audio file format. A sound files format is simply a recognized methodology for organizing and, usually, compressing the digitized sound's data bits and bytes into a data file. On the Macintosh, digitized sounds may be stored as data files, resources, or applications such as AIFF or AIFC. In Windows, digitized sounds are usually stored as WAV files. The CD-ROM/EXE extended architecture format enables several recording sessions to be placed on a single CDR recordable disk. Linear pulse code modulation (LPCM) is used for read book audio data files on consumer-grade music CDs. MP3 compression is a space saver. MP4 is used when audio and video are streamed together. ACC Advanced Audio Coding is used by Apple's iTunes Store.
There are some considerations involved in managing audio files and integrating them into multimedia projects. Because sounds are time-based, you may need to consider what happens to sounds that are playing in your project when the user goes to a different location. Regularly test the sound and image synchronization of your project.
And here brings us to the end. Thank you for your kind attention. Remember, stay home and stay safe.